Hey guys, it's Rhonda from Rhonda's Creative Corner. Come along with me as I teach you how to make this beautiful Valentine's Funky Bow. I will also be teaching you how to make these beautiful heart picks using what you have at home. Let's get started. All right guys, for this bow, let's talk about the supplies that we're going to need. You're going to need some hearts. I got these from Hobby Lobby. You're also going to need some pipe cleaners, also Hobby Lobby. And then you're going to need 5 to 7 ribbon, however big you want your bow to use. My go-to is usually 5, maybe 6. I've never really done 7, but I think you could use however many ribbons you want it to be is perfectly fine. I just usually stick with 5, sometimes 6, all right? So all of this ribbon is from the Wreath Shop and Wreaths of Joy. So down in the comments, I will put all of our affiliate links, and we will be happy if you guys will use our affiliate links to shop to support our channel, all right? So let's get started. We're gonna make the hearts first because we're gonna actually add those into the bow. So let's start with that. Oh yeah, and you also need the Rhonda's Creative Station to make the bow. You can also use the Easy Bow Maker or the 4-in-1 from the Easy Bow Maker or from Pro of the Hand. All right, so let's get started. Let's make our hearts first, okay? So I'm going to use 3 of these for this particular bow, and you can get whatever color hearts you want. It doesn't matter. Whichever color you like is fine. And I'm going to start off by cutting off the little silver strings that are on there. Alright. I'm just going to put them right here because my trash can is way over there. All right. So what we want to do is because this has red and pink in there, I'm going to get 6. Well, you know what? I don't need 6. I'm just going to get 4. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pipe cleaners, and we just want to make these stronger. Okay. We want to make them stronger. So I'm just going to twist these. We might only need 2 because I don't need them to be that long, but I'm going to go ahead and do 3, where we have 4 and have 2 of these all together, just to make sure. I'd rather you make yours too long than to make them too short where they won't work, okay? So I'm just twisting this around and then twisting it again. And what I'm doing is just trying to make a stronger piece of wire, okay? So I'm just twisting it around and then twisting it. All right. And we're going to do both of these like this. My bracelet's just jingling, jingling. And if you wanted it even stronger, you could use more. Or if you wanted it to have a different color in there, you could do a red and a pink one. It's just up to you on what you want, okay? And do the same thing on this one. All right. So now what we're going to do, and this is really up to you and how you want to do it. I'm going to actually just poke a hole here at the bottom. Let me see if this will work. If it'll go through. Yeah, it does. I'm going to poke a hole there in the bottom. All right. Then I'm going to get my glue gun. I could have just probably poked the hole with the glue gun, yeah. because I have a detail. So y'all, if you guys, we have our Amazon store in the link in the description down there, and I have this glue gun in there, and it is an amazing glue gun. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Using the glue gun though, doing this, it made the hole a little bit larger than I wanted. Probably because it's hot and it just melted it. So I'm not going to do that again. That's a lesson learned. But I could just fill it in with glue. All right. It's a very high temp glue gun. So we'll let this dry. And I'm just going to do it about half, just to make sure that we have enough. Okay. I'll place this one over to the side. I'm going to do this one here. Stick it in there. And I'm not going to put the glue, just going to put some glue on the outside and then push it down inside with the pipe cleaner. This will work better. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. It doesn't make such a large hole when you put the tip of this in there. I'm just going to still put some on the outside. All right. And I'll do the same thing with this one. Just going to use half of this. All right, you're going to take it here and you're going to poke a hole. Get your nice little hole right there. And then you're going to take your glue gun and put some glue. All right. And then I'm just going to place it inside. And push it down as far as you can. Don't go through the heart, but just push it down where you have some inside of there, okay? And then you're just going to let these dry while you make your bow. All right. All right, so that's how that looks. Let me show you guys. So we have 3 of them. And I'm just going to put these over to the side. Uh-oh. The glue strings is holding on tight to it. There we go. Let's see how it is. All right. So this is just, if you don't have like a wooden dowel, you'll always use a wooden dowel. You can paint them or you can use them the color of the wooden dowel, whatever you want. I just like to give you guys a variety of different things that you can do so that you can use what you have at home, okay? So you may not have a wooden dowel, but wooden dowels work just as well. You can also use, this was from a Mardi Gras pick. You can also use the end of the picks that you don't use. If you save this, you can just cut this and you can also stick that inside to use it as well. It is gold, but you could just spray paint it. It's just a little bit more work. Or you may have one that's red, a pick that's red that you want to use. You can also use that too, okay? So let's move everything into place so we can get ready to make our bow. All right. So we're going to make a funky bow. I actually made this bow last night on the live, but I think with you being able to come back to this certain tutorial without me talking to people and stuff like that is very good. So I'm going to actually make it a little bit smaller than I made it last night because it is going on the bottom of my bow and it's not enough room. I have other stuff that I'm adding to it, so I'm not going to make it that big, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 6-inch tail here. All right, you're going to take it here and you're going to place it down where it matches at 6 inches. So you can always just double check here when you're doing it. You can take it here and we have 6 inches here. So what you're going to do is you're going to twist your ribbon up. All right, you're going to twist your ribbon up. So whenever you're about to make the loop, you want the ugly side up. All right, so that is the ugly side. Your tail, you always want pretty side up. So pretty side is where you can see the print. Ugly side is where you can't. All right. So here we go. Let's see what I want. I think I'm gonna do about 5.5 inches here. Okay, 5.5 inches. So you'll get your 5.5 inches. You'll place your hand right where 5.5 is, and then you'll pull your ribbon. Not really, really tight like this. You still want to have a loop here where this is not smushed down. I don't like to smush it down. I already like to have a loop going right there, okay? So we're going to do 5.5 inches there, and then we're going to take it, put it down, and then you're going to twist. Again, you're going to have your ugly side up because you are making another loop, okay? I'm sorry. No, you're not. Psych. Like you, we're doing the funky bow. I forgot about that. So you're going to just keep your pretty side up, okay? So you're going to take it here. Sometimes y'all, I just be going and forget. So you're going to cut this at 5 inches, all right? So you have one loop going this way and 2 tails going down, all right? So go ahead while you're in here, go ahead and fix it. Make sure that everything looks good. All right, so now we're going to add the pink. And so what you want to do this time is you want to go to the opposite. So I'm just going to lift that up so that I can see my numbers, okay? Or did I do 6? We did 6 inches, sorry. That's okay, it doesn't matter that it's uneven. Nobody's gonna know, all right? So we're doing 6 inches here. We'll take it down, we'll turn it up, all right? Look at that, y'all. I don't know if I'm just gonna cut that off because if you guys can see, they pasted this together. I can just use this for my middle. I'll just use pink for my middle, okay? You know, sometimes when you get ribbon, sometimes it's just wavy and sometimes it's not. I'm not sure why it does that. It's probably just how it was put on the roll, but it's okay. You can always fix it by just taking your hand alongside the ribbon and making it where it's not wavy, all right? So let's do that again. I'm gonna go here at 6 inches here. You're gonna twist. You're gonna make your loop at 5.5 inches here, all right? And then you're just gonna take your loop over. And then you're gonna cut it. Go ahead and fix everything the way that you want it to be. Now we're going to get this one and we're going to go to the opposite side again. So we're going to go here at 6 inches. See, that's at 6 inches. You're going to turn, tail up pretty, loop down ugly. All right. Take my hand, go here at 5.5 inches. I'm going to put that down and cut that off. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add my hearts, okay? They're nice and dry. I'm going to go ahead and add my hearts. And I'm just doing them in 3s, y'all. So this is a pipe cleaner, so you're going to be able to move them any way you want. And then when we're done, we'll go in and we will cut the excess off, okay? So we did our 3 there at the bottom, and now we're going to put 2 on top of the 1.5. So that was perfect. I'm almost out of that one. So let's go with the purple because we have enough red. We have a red here, and my other 1.5 is a red. So we're going to go with the purple, okay? So I'm going to do 6 inches there. Nope, wrong way. 6 inches there. I'm going to twist. And then now, once your bow gets a little bit larger, you can always just use your loop that's up here. You can always use that to be your measurement, okay? And I just see, most of the time, y'all, if I'm not teaching, I'm just eyeballing. And I'm just looking at it and be like, oh, okay. If it's off a little bit, it's not really going to make a difference, all right? So these tails are going this way, so these tails need to go this. So basically, your tails and loops are going opposite each different ribbon that you put. Okay, so you can use this one to measure right there. And if you want to make it a little bit larger, go right ahead. It's not a big deal. To me, as long as you're going in the right direction with your loops, however long you want your tails to be is perfectly fine, right? Don't be too hard on yourself and be like, oh my goodness, it's off a little bit or whatever. It's okay. All right, so we have all of our ribbon there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get a zip tie and we're going to put it underneath there. I always forget what my circle sister says to me when you get to put it on there, but like a lot of times, if you already have this underneath your ribbon, and I tell you guys this every time and I forget because that's not how I'm used to doing it, but it does help a whole lot. So if you already have your pipe cleaner and your zip tie already underneath, then it can help. You don't have to worry about missing any of your ribbon, okay? So if you don't do that and you forget like me, just go ahead and lift up. You can see underneath that you have missed all of your, that you have lifted all of your ribbon. So you're gonna go in and put this around here, and then you're just going to zip tie it, okay? So you don't wanna tie it tight. You want to be able to take your ribbon and maneuver it the way that you want to. Make sure that the hearts are long enough and where you want them to be. And also, you also want to insert a pipe cleaner behind so that you can tie it onto your wreath, okay? So we're going to go ahead and lift up here. All right, so we have it here. And let me push this back. And then you want to get a pipe cleaner, whatever color. I guess I'll use red because that's what I was using before to do the hearts on there. So now that you have this here, you want to take your bow, and then you want to just kind of maneuver it kind of where you want it to go. Once you tighten your zip tie, it's okay. You'll be able to still move things around to different places. So it's no big deal, but I kind of like to look at my bow and be like, okay, I like that. Everything is in place. All of my hearts are long enough, before I pull it tight. All right, so I like how that looks. So now I'm going to just squeeze this together. I'm just pressing my hands, and then I'm just going to take the zip tie behind, okay? So now that I have that, I'm going to pull it a little bit tighter, give it another look, and then I'm going to get my pipe cleaner and I'm going to place it right in the middle behind it, okay? So you could just pull forward, make sure that that is even. If you guys can see that, make sure that it's even. I'll pull it tight one more time. I'm gonna give it one more look, make sure nothing is bunched up, make sure everything looks fantastic, everything is in place, all of my tails are to the front, and then we're going to just pull tight, all right? Gonna pull it tight and watch that bow pop. So the tighter you pull that zip tie, the more your bow pops, all right? So it looks fabulous. So now what we're gonna do is I'm going to find, oh, here we go. We're gonna cut this off. All right. And I love the way that you see how when it moves that if you have a dial that you're using and putting in there, your hearts are not going to move, but I love the way that it moves when you have the pipe cleaner in there, right? So however you like it, you can do it. Let's go ahead, and because I have only a little bit, let's just go ahead and use that pink. Make the pink pop. All right, so you're gonna take I usually use about 8 to 10 inches, and this is about 9 inches. We're just gonna cut it in half here, and you could do whichever you want, right? You can cut it in half, or you just wanna make sure that it's long enough. So cutting it in half, you're going to have a smaller center. If you don't cut it in half, then you can have whatever size center you want, because you can make it as large as you want. And I'll show that to you, okay? So you're gonna just take it here, and you're just gonna put it down the middle. What you wanna do is make sure that your pipe cleaner is on both sides before you tie it off, okay? So you're just gonna take it here, and you're gonna pull it tight. And then you're just gonna make a knot. All right. I love adding things to my bows. And when you add the things to your bow beforehand, you don't have to actually go in and glue all that stuff in. So if you add your hearts or whatever beforehand, I like it a lot better. But sometimes I'll be creating and be like, oh, I want to add something to it. It's nothing wrong with going in and gluing it in, right? But I like to add it so that you can zip tie it into the bow, okay? So now we're going to go and dovetail. For all of my newbies, let me show you what dovetailing is. You're just going to take your ribbon and you're going to fold it in half. All right, you're going to fold your ribbon in half, and then you're going to have a wired end and you're going to have a folded end. So the wired end is open, okay? The folded end is closed. You're going to just take your scissors and then you're going to angle your scissors up towards the folded end. Not down, but you're holding it like this. You're going to take it, angle your scissors up, folded end on, open wired end on the left, closed folded end on the right. So you're going to take your scissors, open it up, and you're just going to cut. All right, what you want to do when you're doing this is just make sure that you have your ribbon folded in half. That really helps a whole bunch. And just take your time when you're doing it. It's really easy, but just make sure that you make your dovetails look pretty. If I see one of my dovetails looking off, I always go back and redo it, right? All right, so you have your folded open, your folded closed end, and then your open wired, okay? So I always have my wired end going to the left and then my folded end going to the right, okay? So you're just gonna take your scissors, angle it up towards the open wired end and cut, all right? And so you wanna go in and you're going to dovetail all of your tails. Dovetail all of your tails. Two more. And dovetailing just makes things look so much prettier. These glitter tails I left a lot longer. But I can always go in and cut them. So there you have it. Look how pretty. And you want to make sure you can always just bring those up because it is on a wire, or you can bring them back. However you want your little hearts to be is perfectly fine. All right, just make sure that all of your ribbon looks amazing. All of your loops, none of your loops are folded in. Just make sure that everything looks good, okay? Look how cute. Perfect little bow. All right. All right. So once you have everything and it's zip tied, you just can go in here and all of the excess pipe cleaners that you have, if you guys can see this, you have pipe cleaner there. You're just going to go in and just cut the 3 extra pieces off. You don't have to make it that short, but you just don't want it sticking out where you can see it with your bow, okay? And the other ones are pretty well hidden. See that one there? Just going to go in. Just make sure you don't cut the one with the heart on it. There we go. I don't even see that other one. It's hiding real good. Oh, it just has a little piece out. I'm not going to even cut it that much, just a little piece, all right? So, and you can definitely do that before you fluff your bow. But once you put it onto your wreath, you're going to have to go back and fluff it again. But I always like fluffing it and seeing how I like it. I'm going to dovetail this one again because that one's kind of janky. There we go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to push that notification bell. If you want some awesome mystery boxes, you can get them at www.rhondascreativecorner.com. And you can also check out our description box to find out all the awesome stores that we have affiliate links at. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.